yourself, if you don't mind, your first and last name and the district you represent for
Yeah,
our station.
Congressman Larry Bucshon from the 8th District of Indiana.
How are you feeling about this announcement, and then today, of course, with the transcripts coming out, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think first of all, you have to recognize that congressional Democrats have not been able to accept the results of the election in 2016, and they've had an impeachment agenda for the last 2.5 years, and they're trying to find something to fit their agenda. So it wasn't Russia collusion, it wasn't that the Air Force was landing at the president's resort in Europe, and so now they've come up with another idea, which is this transcript that we saw today of the president's conversation with the new president-elect of Ukraine. And the president didn't do anything wrong. The president didn't say anything wrong. Really, where the corruption is with former Vice President Joe Biden and the quid pro quo of you either fire this prosecutor that happens to be investigating the company that my son sits on the board, or else we don't give you government aid. So, you know, if there is a quid pro quo, it's on the Democrat side with former Vice President Biden. The President of the United States, and I read the transcript of the conversation, didn't say anything wrong. He inquired about the problems that the Ukraine has had with corruption, and before that we give further aid, also wanted the Europeans to be engaged in the process to help the Ukrainians. And he wanted to know about ongoing corruption investigations, including the investigation into former Vice President Biden's son, after the former Vice President had the previous prosecutor fired for investigating the company. So I think the Democrats are really on slippery ground here, and I think it was very premature what the Speaker did yesterday, and I think that they're going to come to regret it.
Where do you think this goes from here?
Well, I think where it goes from here is, first of all, to start impeachment proceedings, you have to have a vote on the House floor. We've had 3 of those where Congressman Green from Texas has brought up, I think, all of them, and they've all been voted to be tabled and not brought up. So with the majority of the Democrats voting not to bring up an impeachment inquiry. So the next step, if they want to have an impeachment inquiry, they have to have a vote of the House of Representatives and a majority vote. And so if they are willing to bring that up, I'd be interested to see on their side of the aisle who's going to vote for it, because 3 previous times, over half their members voted against it.
All right, well, thank you for sharing your thoughts today. We'll make sure this gets back to the station.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, you have a good day.
You too.
Thank you so much. And can I give you a hug? I appreciate it. We'll make sure we email you when this goes out.
Perfect. Thank you very much.